304 Greenwood Place. All right, but this is really the Goat Island short-term rental. So it's very goat themed, and we're going to show you what makes this place work. Yeah, let's see why it's the goat. See, you got to have the goat format.
Hey, my name is Riley Beaumont. I'm the broker in charge of MyTripify.
I'm Caleb. We help design some of the dopest Airbnbs, some could say some of the goatest Airbnbs in this market.
And I'm James Gerber with Red Lantern Homes. I'm here to show you how you can do this as a regular person. You know, not everybody starts off in this business being a real estate agent or a professional. And so what I'm trying to do is educate people as to how to create your first short-term rental, your first long-term rental, your first multifamily, or just even your own space that you want to create, and how we can use lending tools in order to do that, make that happen. So, let me show you. All right, we've got the board here that says, "Welcome to Goat Island." So we're just gonna try and focus and lean in on goat stuff. I think that's the key is why we're talking today with these guys, is because they have been building it for a while and they have been creating value and adding features that really do draw in the guests and doing things like this that make sense. So I think that's why it's helpful to have these guys show everybody how to make it work and how to do this business right. So this room is your cover shot for your listing, and it's got a really good click through. Like, take me through the numbers on how you created this room and how much it costs to build this out in order to have that feature and have that that level of involvement with the people who are going through the site.
Yeah, I mean, I originally didn't really care for the stripes, but when I saw it, I was like, okay, this could be a hero photo. Like, we hired a designer, a girl that we know we've used multiple times, to come in here and just revamp the space. Mm-hmm. I gave her kind of a blank canvas. It was just a house, right? Like, nothing really special about this house. It's like an older home, as you've mentioned before, but just kind of, upgrading it, making it pop, like tons of color, tons of like disco balls everywhere. You should see this room at night. There's strobe lights, like it's fun. Yeah. So total all-in cost is like 40 grand to do everything inside.
But this one room specifically?
This one room, a couple grand maybe. Right. Painting is probably the biggest one.
Right. There's a lot of ways that we can spend a lot of money to put cool stuff, but there's also a ton of ways to not spend a ton of money. This is paint and decor in here.
It's paint,
right?
Yep.
Right. You gotta furnish the rooms anyway, but it's literally just paint and decor. And more than money, it takes time and intentionality. Somebody to come in and make it cohesive to where it doesn't look like this is from a thrift store, this is from IKEA, you know.
That's the hardest part, is like connecting all these pieces together. And I do not have that eye. We do not have that eye. I can tell you like, okay, this place needs to sleep 12. We need to have this bed here, but like pink versus dark pink stripes, like you don't want me doing that with the green and the green tied in here, like not for us. it's a dining table and a ping pong table.
That's smart.
I'm assuming that people are in here playing. Like we wanted to lean
And you've
into
got
like the
also
games. Yeah, I mean we've got the ping pong paddles, the net, like so it's once again being intentional about what you're offering.
And also the fact that you've got all of your board games here on a shelf, highlighting them. If these were in some sort of cabinet and you didn't see them, then you wouldn't want to play them because you wouldn't know that
they exist.
But the fact that you've got them on open shelving, like this open shelving costs you all of $5, right? And so to actually showcase that stuff is smart because now people are actually going to be excited to open it up and play with it. So
and putting it on this wall versus that wall, because imagine playing ping pong with that on the wall, like you're hitting that, knocking it over and breaking it.
Right. So another smart feature.
Yeah.
So talk to me about
Goat Island. This is Mr. I don't know what we're calling Mr. Greenwood for now, but it is Charlotte skyline. Goat Island Park is obviously right across the street. We're leaning into that, but yeah, this is the mascot for the house.
Yeah, I mean that also might be a cool thing is to have like a little Polaroid camera here for people to take this like Goat Island. Selfie. Yeah, selfie. I think that might be a nice, because I mean, how much does it cost to get a little Polaroid? Nothing. Yeah. But I think that might be something that people might really, especially if you have like a couple of shots, like you have the camera, and then you've got a couple of photos of just random people taking the selfie, and say, hey, take a photo with.
Tag us.
Yes. Yep. So I think that would be cool. So tell me, how much did this cost? Who built it? Like.
Designer did this as well. Okay. They took it and ran with it. With our designer, like I gave them almost no guardrails. And this, I just popped up one day and she was like, hey, Mr. Greenwood, what do you think about it? I'm like, I freaking love it.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
So I got the decal. You'll see it kind of scattered around the house as well.
Right. And I mean,
I'm going to do koozies and kind of lean into that.
Stickers and all that stuff. I love that. And I love that like you've got the crown for Charlotte.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, the Charlotte skyline, there's a lot that's amazing about it. About the kitchen.
Kitchen, we didn't really do much here. It was luckily finished, so we didn't really need to touch this up. I don't think we spent any money in here. Outside of like utensils, things like that, stuff that people will use.
Right. So in any outlets that I put in my kitchens or locations where I think people are plugging in phones, it's always good to do the USB outlets. This has just the regular USB, but the USB-C is helpful because you've got the both ones. So that's one thing. Another thing that I would do that might be helpful is that I put those LED light strips in everywhere. And adding one underneath here would just brighten up the space a little bit and also would show people those outlets.
So not too much here, but once again, trying to be intentional with space. There's a full disc golf course. Full disc golf course right across the street. So we provided disc golf here, put a little decal here. Right. So like this is just like, there's a bathroom and their laundry, right? No real usable space, but it's like, okay, this shelf, couple bucks. Right. And then disc golf that they can go and, have a good time.
You're adding value in a space that has zero. Possible. Right. So, and so whether it's flipping a house or doing what you guys do or anything, I think the real key is you always have to add as much value as you can because, you're trying to sell it, you're trying to rent it, you're trying to monetize it. And if you're not taking every single space and elevating it, you're really missing the mark. Yep.
Tailored towards like the wellness type retreat, which we'll get into the Zen Den here in a second, and families. Like those are our two biggest demographics of who's traveling to to this place specifically. So ton of games. I mean, you got Pac-Man, foosball, like Golden Tee, like so many games. And we were intentional about what games we picked. So very guest proof with the foosball table.
Well, I love it. So I think also cost-wise, this is like 1/100th of the cost of a pool table, and yet you're going to get the same utility out of it, right? At the end of the day, people are going to spend as much time playing with this as they really would with a pool table. So I think there's a lot more ROI on this than anything else.
I mean, same thing. The games over here, like very hard to break these bad boys, even with kids. You know what I mean? Like they're durable, and a lot of adults play them too. Right. Like I've had so many people, I had Pac-Man in my other one. I had so many people say like, I spent way too much time drinking wine and playing Pac-Man.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that, right? So the focus on short-term rentals is about the experience, right? And if you can create that family experience where people are not watching television or they're not looking at their phones and they're getting together, whether it's playing some foosball or they're playing a video game together, like that's where I think that this differs from just going to stay at like your Sheraton or your Hyatt, right? It's that experience. It's all of these things that really help kind of elevate the whole experience.
It's wallpaper.
Okay.
Just a little fun touch. Yeah. Once again, an older house, like you can see, it's got some wear, but like that kind of draws your eye away from it.
Absolutely.
A super cheap way to do it.
Right, and it makes it fun, right? There's something that is drawing you up the stairs, and if it was just the regular white, it wouldn't be as interesting or fun. So I love it. I love it.
Fun color everywhere.
Yep.
Like part of the budget was to make it fun and sexy. Like a lot of it went into the game room, the karaoke room. Mm-hmm. This is really just paint, some wallpaper, some art, and a fun bed. Like that's it. Yeah. Nothing really crazy in here. Because a house like this, you have 2,700 square foot. You're spending a couple hours in here, you're sleeping, and that's about it. Right. It's a drop zone.
Right.
So, I mean, similar concept, trying to be fun, not much here other than some furniture, some little fun hanging lights. 2 twins versus a queen in here. I think you actually probably brought it up. If me and Ryley are traveling together, we're not sleeping in the same bed. Right. So this is more feasible for like a travel group like us.
Right.
2 twins, obviously 2 twins are not ideal, but we were limited with space.
Right. So you want to have a blend of twins.
Yep.
Queens,
kings,
and everything else.
Yeah, pull-out couches if you have to, cots if you have to. Right. Same thing, a little extra sitting spot. Right. We'd like to have TVs in every room. The room that we just came by didn't have one, but every other big hangout room does have a TV in it. Yeah.
So I think that's what sets you guys apart, right? Having 50 doors, doing this for years, really understanding the market and how we can add all this value. I think that's really why, working with you guys makes a lot of sense. It's not what I do, and I love working with you guys because you guys are the best at what you do. And so every time we have these discussions or we talk about stuff, I'm always like amazed at kind of the things that you point out and things that you bring to the table. Because for me, flipping houses, it's a totally different thing. For example, like, the tile that we talked about, I would never just leave older tile. Like I always redo it, but there's no return on that investment. And when we were talking about this house specifically, we were looking at doing some of the different things, and we were discussing maybe doing the bathrooms in this house, right? And initially I was pushing for him to do the full renovation of all the bathrooms. But to be completely honest with you, like, nobody's gonna care. It's not gonna net you a single dollar more. Yeah. And I think on the back end, when you go to sell this house, it may make some sense to do the renovation. But the fact that this is kind of really funky and weird and has like all kinds of weird cutouts in the shower and all this stuff, like, at the end of the day, I think it would actually devalue the listing for us to do a full modern, like, renovation on this bathroom. And it kills me to say that because, again, like, for me, from a flipping world, I would go, there's no way I would ever list this home on the MLS because people would say, this is crazy. But it's actually the opposite when you're talking about short-term rentals. Like, the quirkiness and funkiness is what sells. So don't get rid of this. Listen, you get 4 people in this hot tub. Like, you never know what's going to happen here. So, but that's the thing, is people are going to see it and love it. So I think, for every market, for every product, there's like experts, and you kind of have to lean into those experts and talk to them and figure out what's the best thing to do. Another feature is, like, this kills me, right? Because as a flipper, I go, oh my gosh, I need a double vanity. I need 2 bowls every single house. But the thing is, with this house, you don't need it, right? Like, it doesn't really matter because you're not going to have people like complaining that there's not another sink here, right? So this is putting a double vanity and doing all the plumbing and all this stuff is like a $3,000, $4,000 upgrade. And like also changing out the light fixture and doing the LED mirrors, all the stuff that I always do with every single flip. Like, I would never do that because there's way more value in just leaving it and having it be weird and a little funky than upgrading it, because at the end of the day, you're not going to see any return on the investment.
Yep. People, they are a lot more willing to deal with something for 2 days to 2 weeks versus 3 years. If they're going to buy or rent in some space for long term, they're going to have a problem. They're going to run into this wanting 2 bowls several times, but they're just here for a short period of time. They're worried about other things. They're going, as long as they have a place to, get what they have done and enjoy the space visually, that's all that matters.
Yeah. And I think what's important to note too is that my concept is, okay, it's going to be a husband and wife, and they need 2 separate spaces, and they're going to need their storage. Right? When you're coming to a short-term rental, you don't care about that. You need a big open space, especially for a woman. She wants to throw all her makeup, have her blow dryer, have her this, have her that, and it's going to be covered all over here. And again, having another bowl there, it's not helpful because you don't have that space to throw all your stuff. Yeah. So I think somebody coming in here sees this as actually an upgrade. Like, this is great because you can just drop all your stuff and it can be a complete mess, and it doesn't matter because you're just looking to get ready for that night to go out on the town.
And it will look like a mess, usually for 3-4 days straight.
Oh, yeah.
But hey, like, that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
That's the business, right? And again, it's just, that's why you guys are really good at what you do, and that's why it's different from what I do.
So we did do this a little tile, a little touch up.
That's it.
Just paint.
Just paint. I love that, right? Maybe you paint the downstairs one too.
Yeah.
Right? Because that actually looks like it's been touched.
Yeah.
And paint's the best way and the cheapest way to do upgrades.
Yeah.
I love paint.
Let's do this first.
Okay, you want to do down first?
Yeah.
All right.
So, multiple levels. Primary, yeah, actually that's probably a good idea.
Right.
Yeah, so another common area, right? That's another big reason why I wanted this place, because I was like, there's so many different spaces.
Do you guys have these lights on like a timer, or are they on?
Yeah, dawn to dusk.
Dawn to dusk. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
so they're auto. Yeah,
So everything's auto.
Same thing with those.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's key, is like when you look at producing a good product, you don't want it to be all dark. When people come in, when they leave, like at night, you want stuff to just be automatic, and the fact that they're automatically.
Yeah. Yeah, so we got sponsored by Mr. Goat here.
Yeah, got more goats.
But this is just a shed, right? Nothing sexy, nothing crazy. Like, it's just a shed. This door opens, so in the summertime, I would definitely open this and get a workout in. You got the yoga mats here provided.
It's great.
Little bike, simple weights. Like, you don't need a full-on gym. Like, I think our heaviest one is 25 pounds. Like,
Yeah.
You don't need a ton of weight.
No. But the thing is to just have it.
Yeah.
Like me personally, if I saw this, I would book this place just for the gym.
Same. Yeah, this I built this for me selfishly. Like when I come here, I do a quick workout, I jump in the sauna. Like that is my selfish reason.
Right.
I thought this was going to be the hero photo, which I've split tested this one in the karaoke room. The karaoke room actually has performed better.
Right. I think because it speaks to a broader audience, whereas this is a very fitness-centric space, and I think that, you've got to talk to the different audiences, and if you're trying to speak to like more of a fitness crowd that are going to be in a place where they're booking it because of the fact that you're near the Whitewater Center or things like that, maybe you got to lean more into that versus this, but I think this is a great space regardless, and tell us about this thing. This is pretty amazing.
Yeah, so kind of the center point, just the infrared sauna. I know way too much about saunas. Infrareds are a little bit better for the health benefits versus like a normal, you pour water on it.
Right.
From our sake, from a management perspective, less maintenance and less like crap to go wrong.
Right.
Simple hot tub, I mean, you can get them for a couple grand, but this is a huge revenue driver, especially in the winter, right?
How much does it cost and how much revenue does it drive?
5 to 10 grand in cost, and you'll get that back the first year.
First year?
Yeah, you'll add probably 5 to 10 grand in revenue the first year.
Amazing.
Luckily, this already had it, so it was, once again, I'm like, oh, okay, check.
Do you have pool lights?
No.
Because pool lights, in my mind, adding pool lights is a tremendous feature because now people will want to come and sit around the pool at night if there's lights. If there's no pool lights, that's a miss, and it costs you very, very little to do pool lights.
I don't think there are pool lights. Can you just gear them to
Increase the revenue by adding some features here to this pool. We're talking about doing a pool light. We're talking about redoing some of this concrete.
Because this is still very much in the air of like what's going to happen up here. Right. It was bare minimum, focus on the inside phase 1 and then phase 2, which is coming very soon.
Right. I think that's also important is that, you've been in the space, you've done a lot of this stuff and you've kind of seen the progress of it. But once you get done with your vision, sometimes there's like a stopping point and you're kind of like, okay, it's good enough. But then when you bring a set of fresh eyes in and you're like, hey, look, we need to lean into the goat theme. We need to lean into opening the space up and maximizing the value of every single area. I think that helps to kind of refocus your efforts and figure out how you can do the next phase and how you can take it to the next level.
Yeah.
Are you happy now with the outcome? Like, do you feel like the money that you spent on making this place spectacular, do you think it was well worth?
Oh yeah, for
money?
sure.
So this is a gold mine. So let's keep it going.
Yeah. Cool.
Goats.
Goats, baby.
Goatside Cafe right here on this
Love
wall.
it. Goatside Cafe. Let's do it.